Hey there guys, how's it going? It's me, mikeyperion. Welcome to a brand new season of our Let's Play Hardcore series in Minecraft 1.16.1 version. And well, this is going to be our official season 2 of our Let's Play Hardcore series, because I know we did a couple of live streams saying that it's season 2 before, but well, this is going to be the official one because we didn't actually push you to those gameplays, right? But anyhow, so without further ado, let's start creating a new world. So single player and create a new world, and of course, let's probably just name this like hardcore because I don't actually have any idea on what we are going to name our project. So yeah, so let's just do this hardcore series season 2. Well, let's set the game mode to hardcore, and well, one good thing about the 1.16 version is actually we can set the game rules from the start of the game, which what we actually wanted is to turn off the said command feedback. Well, this will actually not allow us to know the seed, because whenever we type /seed, it will not actually give us the seed number. So basically, which is what we also have done in the season 1 version of Minecraft. I mean, season 1 of our Let's Play Hardcore series. But anyhow, so I'm very excited to start this new world, and we actually have spawned in somehow, probably this is actually a plains biome. But anyhow, so let's punch this hole right over here just to know that this is actually our spawn point. So basically the purpose of that is whenever we have actually uploaded this world, at some point, at least I know that this is the place where you are guys actually gonna spawn, right? But anyhow, so of course, one thing that we wanted to do for the start of this game is actually to find a village, because from the villages we can actually have instant food and bed. Well, at least there you go. I can already spot a village from here, and now we're actually here. So yeah, so one thing that we wanted are these hables, because these hables we can actually turn these already into bread. Wow, this is actually a pretty prosperous village, I should say, because most of the houses are like 2 levels, right? So let's check this librarian. Actually it's the least like enchantment in the game. Well, I'm not sure which crop are these, and hopefully, hey, carrots. Yeah, definitely we are going to need some carrots. And well, we also need to find for a place where we can actually settle, should I say. So yeah, let's check this out. Oh, some more bread. So I think that's it for this village, and probably it's the best if we're going to look for another village. I think these guys won't bother me saying this because they're not actually eating them. So I went back here in the spawn just to mark this. Well, probably let's just leave some of these items here. Well, we don't need this for the meantime, right? And actually I can spot a house right over there, and probably that's a village though. But I think this is not actually a snowy biome, but there's actually a bit of a snow on top of that house right over there. So let's check it out. Oh, I can hear grindstone. Oh, hopefully we can find some armor though. And let's check it out. Oh, wow. That's actually more than what I expected to find in this blacksmith though. But yeah, we found some diamonds, and that's actually our very first diamond in this game. And we got a high iron helmet, which is cool. Oh, sorry. Oh, this is actually a leather shop. So yeah, let's check it out. Oh, saddle. Well, that is actually one thing that we needed, so at least we can get a horse. And I think I actually found some horses on that direction right over there. There's no actually stone cutter. Can I actually grab these? And by the way guys, and I'm also planning to, no, I think I cannot grab these though. Do I have a tool? No. And yeah, so basically I'm also planning to use the data pack, which is actually the same data pack that we are actually using in iCraft. So basically the iCut Better data pack will actually allow us to make the stone cutter into a wood cutter. So basically we can also use that for cutting woods, which is, I think it makes sense though. I'm not sure why Mojang hasn't implemented like wood cutter in the game, but if you can actually think of it, I mean, stone cutter is more advanced than wood cutter because stones are pretty much much harder than wood, right? We're also gonna install that data pack in this game, and yeah, so basically that's one perk. So I think, yeah, I mean, we already got some stuff, and yeah, So let's also try to explore around and see what we can actually get from this new world. And I'm really excited that we already got diamonds. Should we actually leave this in? Yeah. Let's just continue exploring. So I found this Mega Taiga biome on the... What direction is this though? East side. So basically from the east side of our spawn chunk, well, I have found this Mega Taiga biome, and what I'm thinking is that, well, in my entire game of Minecraft, well, I haven't actually have made a base in a Mega Taiga biome, so, well, it's kind of interesting though. I mean, well, somehow I also like the Taiga biome, but the Mega Taiga biome, well, I haven't made any bases around Mega Taiga biome, but this one, probably it's a good opportunity, at least for this season, to have a base here in the Mega Taiga biome. But before we actually do that, yeah, so probably we can already settle here for the meantime, and I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I'm definitely already decided to to stay here. But anyhow, so probably, yeah, let's also grab a horse. So we also need to get all of our stuff from the spawn. So, and especially that, oh, yeah, we definitely need to get back because I didn't actually brought a bed. So it's the best if we're going to get back to our spawn. And well, we're almost there. I'm hungry. And there's actually already mobs spawning around, and hopefully I will not die. And yeah, we made it. So let's tame one of these horses, and at least we can already start, you know, explore more further, I think, in the game. And hopefully, yeah. Oh, this actually sounds kind of fast. And there we go. Finally. Alright, so at least we can get to places faster, so probably we can do some more exploration, but I don't know yet. But I think, well, at least we can, well, I can already consider that we can settle in that Mega Taiga biome in the first place. So is this actually the mountain where we have, is this actually this? Oops, sorry. Oh yeah, there we go, find it. So probably for now we are going to start to do some farming and some mining. So probably it's the best if we're going to find a good spot somewhere in this Mega Taiga biome. But anyway, so well, let's just find some good location, right? I have started clearing out this section right over here because I just remembered that, well, we cannot actually use hoe in the pod cells. Well, basically we cannot till the pod cells. Aside from the crops, of course, we're also planning to have a cow farm and as well as a sugarcane farm. By the end of this episode, what we're trying to achieve is at least to set up a starter house, should I say. So what I'm thinking right now is probably we could do something oriental, something like Japanese probably. So we can make like a Japanese, you know, a traditional Japanese town in this area. And since we're actually in a taiga biome, so it seems like the weather in Japan should be cold, right? So anyhow, so of course what you need to do now is to set up a farmland right over here, and probably we can actually turn this into like our farming districts. But anyhow, so well, let me just continue working, and of course, well, I'll be back. And so far, we already have, well, made the layout here. So on that part, probably we're gonna have the wheat, and here's the beetroot and the carrots and the potatoes. And on that side is going to be the sugar canes, and this is going to be the pens for the animals. So basically, we are already going to start breeding some more sheep, because also thinking that in the future, probably on the next episode, we are going to start working on our iron farm / trading hall. So basically, if we're going to make trading hall, of course, we are going to have a lot of villagers, and for that, well, we're also gonna need some beds. And now, well, I wanted to first is actually to cover these waters because, well, somehow just to make it look nice, and you know, I mean, just to cover this up, right? And alright, so this is actually already done, but of course, well, we still need to propagate and fill these crops right over here, because this is only the, you know, this is what we only have for now. And as well as, of course, we also need to breed more animals, of course, the cow and the sheep, and we're just gonna do that later. So now I guess we're ready to, well, I guess we can still craft an iron pick, and there we go. Isn't it iron pick? And well, basically we're just gonna do some caving for now, not strip mining because we still don't have that much tools, but at least we can already start, you know, making some iron armor and as well as some iron tools and stuff. But anyhow, so let's find one, and well, hopefully this is going to be a bountiful mining. We didn't found any diamonds, but so far we already got more than a stack of this iron. So basically I think that's what we needed for now, but at least we already got like 3 diamonds, but we still need a diamond pickaxe for us to get an obsidian. So basically we also wanted to have our enchanting table, right? But so far, yeah, I mean, that's what we got. Well, the next best thing that we have to do is actually treasure hunting. So, well, this is not only the way for us to get some diamonds. We can actually go to some, you know, desert temples, and of course, we can actually look for some shipwrecks to do some treasure hunting. So, well, that's actually the next thing that we have to do. And of course, we already got our horse here to help us to travel, you know, in distant places, right? But anyhow, so well, let's start some exploration and of course, well, find some more good stuff, right? And now we got our first desert temple right over here, and there's actually a village on that. Well, I still don't have any leads, so hopefully our horse will not. he kind of looks like Malcolm though. Our horse in the iCraft servers. Oh, now we got 1 diamond and curse of binding. Well, at least we got 1 diamond though. So we found our first treasure map, and I think it's on that direction right over there because the north is actually pointing to that way. So yeah. Well, we have actually found a treasure, but yeah, it's very deep though. And it's not that much. Well, it's only like irons and stuff, but I guess it's fine. We didn't actually find any diamonds, and hopefully we can still make it with our last breath. And yeah, so yeah, let's swim up. And we have found another desert temple right over here, and look what we got though. Well, we got a projectile protection too, we got a fortune tree enchanted book, and also a silk touch enchanted book, which is pretty nice, right? We still need to find 1 more diamond at least to, well, at least to complete a pickaxe and as well as a enchanted table. And we have found another buried treasure map, so hopefully, well, we can already find some diamonds on this one. But yeah, so it should be somewhere here. And finally we found some diamonds, so yeah. Now at least we can get home. But before we actually go home, well, I found something interesting though. That's actually an ocean monument, right? So let's try to get closer. And yeah, that's definitely an ocean monument. Probably let's get the chords. Wow. We're actually already at 2,600 away from the center. But anyhow, so now I guess it's time to go home because we already got like 3 plus another 3, so that's total of 6 diamonds. So yeah. But anyhow, so well, it's time to go home, and well, I'll be back. We're actually back in our, well, semi-base, should I say. Well, what I'm planning to do is to build our house right over there on that section. But for now, of course, we are going to craft our diamond pickaxe. And one last thing that I wanted to search for is actually a jungle biome though. But we're just gonna do that later. But for now, of course, we are going to mine for some obsidian. And as well as probably I'm going to clear out that section right over there. So probably that's going to be our temporary tree farms, and at least gather some more wood for us to build our home. But anyhow, so well, first we are going to grab some obsidians and clear out that area right over there, and clear out that area over there, and probably, well, I'm not sure where to find some jungle biome, but probably that will take me much longer. But once I already have found a jungle biome, probably I'm gonna, you know, grab some bamboo and of course some, well, jungle wood saplings. Well, I haven't found any jungle biomes yet, but I found something more interesting though. Well, I got actually distracted. I was about to start to do some mining. I actually found a spawner. So let's try to get this, and I think it's not really that hard though. Well, you don't actually need these guys, to be honest. I was in a panic though, but at least, well, I think we can already secure this as our XP farm. But although this is only a single spawner though, but I think it will be better if we can actually find a double spawner. But for now, well, I started to think like, well, since this is actually a scaly spawner, well, now I'm thinking if, well, we can start to make a bone meal. And I'm also really excited about having those, it's either the crimson fungus wood or the war fungus wood in our build. That's pretty interesting though. Now I'm actually tempted to go to the nether. But if we're actually going to start to turn this off and let these guys to do their job. Yeah, no, not me. So, yeah. That's actually an instant bone meal farm, right? So I started to weigh this decision though because, well, I know it's kind of hard to get to the nether, especially in our condition, although we already got an iron armor. But if we're going to the nether, well, we're basically just going to use some golden armor because, well, because of the piglets, right? Well, I also have already made some progress here in our base, so I already have made a temporary tree farm on this section right over here, and as well as I already have flattened this area for our build later on, and also that part is also part of the tree farm. So one thing that I've actually learned in the iCraft server is that it's not really advisable to have your nether portal next to your base, because if it is actually near to a warp forest biome, well, it will actually start spawning some enderman next to your portal, which is not actually good in our state right now, and especially that, well, Endermen are actually really strong, right? So what I'm thinking is that probably temporarily we are going to set a portal probably somewhere far from here, so at least those Endermen will not actually spawn around and basically will make our lives much harder. So probably let's start to prep up, and what I'm thinking is that, well, basically we need to get some golden armor and probably some bow, probably some pickaxe if we can actually find some basalt. But of course, definitely I don't know what to expect once we got there, and hopefully though, well, we can find something good, so something useful that we can actually use for our house that we are going to build later on. But definitely, yeah, so probably, well, let's take our chance to get to the nether, and of course hopefully we can survive, right? So I just made a very crude, well, XP farm using our skelly spawner right over here. So basically what we need to do right now is actually to get some more XP, so at least we can already start enchanting, and especially probably we are going to need an infinity bow later on once we got into the nether, and especially if we, well, if we have found a nether fortress, so at least, well, we can already start exploring, you know, I mean, raiding nether fortress just in case we found one. So basically let's just level up, and later on we're gonna start, well, doing some enchanting. So now I guess we're all set. So basically we have this nether portal right over here, and also, well, I also have brought some cobblestone, so basically just to cover our nether portal once, just to cover the nether portal on the other side, and as well as some chests just in case we got our inventory got full, although these are not shulkers. Well, I didn't actually had any infinity bow, so I wasn't able to get an infinity bow, but we actually have gathered 3 stacks of arrow, and of course we already got our silk touch pickaxe and a couple of iron ingots and a couple of this stuff. I guess we're very much ready, and I also have set a bed here. Well, this is not actually for respawn. Well, this is actually just in case we come back here, if we're still alive, during nighttime, so at least we can actually turn immediately, into day, right? But anyhow, so let's start this, and I'm totally scared. So yeah. So let's get it on, and hopefully we're not gonna be in the middle of a lava lake or something like that. And oh geez, oh god, oh wow, Although we're actually in a... How are we going to get this though? Wow, we're actually on top. This is totally unexpected though. I don't know where to go. Well, I should say that, well, we're very much in a very difficult situation because, well, the place where we had the portal is actually we're hanging above the ceiling and I cannot actually go anywhere else aside from this island. On the other side right over there is actually I can see a basalt delta biome and is I think, yeah, and most likely I'm not sure if this island right over here, well, this island right over here is actually already on the lava level. Well, it's actually, well, on the ground level should I say, but something like that, right? Basically it's not hanging unlike these islands, which is basically, as you can see around, well, it's kind of hard to move. So yeah, here we go, and hopefully, I'm not sure on how much damage we can actually deal here. So yeah, that's actually only half a heart. So I've started exploring around and I can actually see a gas right now. That's not what I meant to say, but there's actually a crimson forest biome on that direction, and as well as, well, there's a basalt biome right over here, and this is actually where we came from. So what I'm thinking is that I think it's the best if we're going to transfer right away our nether portal to this level because, well, most likely we are going to deal with a lot of things here in the future just in case we're still alive. So what I'm thinking is that probably we could bring down the portal right over here. So since our portal was actually on that section right over there, somewhere there, so probably I think it's not that far if we're actually going to bring it down here. So at least it will be more accessible, right? So I haven't made the connection there yet, but it's actually easier to, like, you know, I mean, pillar up and go back there and then just, you know, go down using the same pillar. But I think that plan will work for us to, you know, at least in the future, if we're going to like mine for some ancient debris, at least we're already in this level, right? So yeah, so I think it's a good idea. So probably let's do that first before we actually continue exploring around, and well, I'll be back. So I've tried to, well, put down the nether portal to the lava level, but apparently it didn't actually link up to the overworld, and well, I have actually spawned in a spawner. Geez, this is getting complicated though, but I think it should not. Yeah, I mean, it's not that far though. Well, this was actually pretty far from the original location of our nether portal, well, which is actually in that direction right over there. So basically, I think we're around like 200 blocks away from the original location. So yeah, but at least, well, we already have able to get back, or, you know, come out from the caves. And basically, well, good news. I found some diamond ores while I've actually you know, try to come back here in the ground level. But anyhow, so well, hopefully this will now link up to our nether portal in the nether, and hopefully this will fix everything though. But of course, this is going to be temporary, and there we go. Yeah. So at least now it's fixed. But of course, well, probably that's actually going to be our temporary portal for the meantime, because it was actually pretty far from our base. So probably in the future, I'm not sure. Yeah, it should actually face north. So probably, well, our nether portal is going to be underneath this lava well, which is actually good though, because if we're actually going to start, you know, mining for some netherite, so probably we could put up some sort of like a nether hub underneath this lava, if that's possible though. But anyhow, so well, also, well, I think that we're already running out of time for this episode. And also, I think we already have done a lot for this episode. So what I'm thinking is that since, well, we already have planned to build our house in our base, so, well, last thing that we needed to do before we actually do that is, of course, some resource gathering, since I've actually have planned to use this wood, this dwarf forest fungus tree, or whatever you call it. Well, I still don't know what's the formal name of this tree though. But anyhow, so well, we are going to gather a couple of stack of these wood logs, and as well as probably some basalt. So probably we are also going to gather a couple of these basalts, and as well as probably some of these black stones. Well, we just need to do a couple more of resource gathering, and of course, well, probably, well, hopefully we can survive while gathering these resources, right? And after that, of course, we're gonna get back to our base and of course, we'll start our building session. So a couple of updates before we actually begin our building session. So first, we already have installed Optifine. As you can see, well, the Dramatic Skies texture pack is already working, and as well as, well, we already got zoom. We can already zoom things with our view, and as well as, of course, well, as you can probably already see that we already got some jungle trees. So I already have found a jungle biome, which is actually, it's only like 1,500 blocks away going to the south. Well, I did actually went to the west. I actually have reached up to like probably around 3,000 blocks away, but I ended up just going to an ocean biome. So yeah. So basically, well, it's kind of hustle, and also, well, I already got you know, those bamboos on the backside of those nether trees, and of course those nether trees, well, I already have started farming them. And of course, I also need to show you guys the materials that we are going to use for our builds. Here we have some leaves, which is actually what we are going to use for custom trees, and as well as here the woods, and as well as from the nether, well, we already got some basalts. And as well as, well, I also have gathered a lot of nether quartz. Well, it actually took me more than an hour to gather, how many is this though? These are actually almost 9 stacks. Well, of course, we still need to convert these to quartz of blocks, and I'm just gonna do that in a bit. So, well, last thing that I wanted to show you guys is actually our camera account. So basically, meet, well, our doppelganger, mikeyperion, which is also, well, probably you can already see so in the video that in his perspective, he's also in hardcore mode. So basically, just to, of course, prevent spectating, you know, I mean, to search for some spots and stuff. So basically, he is also in hardcore game, and basically he will actually stay in that platform right over there, which is well, of course, just to have a nice view of our things that we are going to build here. But basically, of course, we are also going to do this in the form of a time lapse. So I think that's it. I mean, that's all of the things that we needed before we actually start our building session. But of course, I also need to convert this nether quartz ore. But anyhow, so of course, after this, we are going to start our building session, and well, probably, yeah. So we start our time lapse, and of course, well, let's do it. So far, I think it turned out pretty awesome, right? And especially that, well, it really blends in with the custom trees and stuff, but not really with the default trees. But yeah. Well, I actually have left a couple of those spruce trees on the sides though. But anyhow, so well, so far, well, I think I'm very happy about the design that we have made here. So basically, on the walls, we have used a couple of these basalts, unpolished basalts, and on the top part is actually, you know, just to add some sort of like ornament. So that's why we have used these polished basalts on sideways. But anyhow, so well, of course, we haven't done yet the interiors. But for the meantime, probably this is going to be our storage area. Well, from the beginning of the game, because since we don't have that much stuff yet, probably in the future, we're just gonna transfer our storage area into an actual or into our main storage system that we are going to have in the future, just in case we're still alive, right? So on the top level right over here is probably this is where temporarily this is where we are going to have our enchanting area and probably some breweries and stuff, and of course our bedroom. And yeah, so of course on the roof, on the ceiling, well, basically we have used those warp wood, and as well as, well, a bit of this blackstone on this post. So far, I'm really happy on how this is actually turned out. So probably this is going to be our working template in all of other structures that we are going to have in this project, right? But anyhow, so let me just sleep first. Although I already have spawn-proof most of the area, but there is actually one last thing that I wanted to show you guys. Well, basically, I did some mining again, and of course, well, I found something even more interesting, should I say. I found some spawners, and when I say spawners, well, basically it's gonna be more than one, right? So basically down here is actually a double spawner. So one spawner right over here, which is actually a zombie spawner, and on the other side right over here is actually a skelly spawner. But I'm not sure if it is actually that close to activate both of it, but hopefully though. Well, since we already have done a lot of spawners in our previous, series from iCraft to, Let's Play series and the old hardcore series, well, probably this is going to be our 4th time or even like 5th time that we are going to build this. So probably I'm just gonna do this off cam, and since, well, this is going to be a lot of digging and it's not actually that complicated, so, well, I think it's the best if we're just gonna, not include it in our episodes, right? But anyhow, so of course, well, I'm just gonna do this off cam, and hopefully you guys like our build for this episode. And well, that's actually our not so starter, well, Japanese house, should I say? But anyhow, so, well, that's it for this episode. So thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe, of course, to me, to Mikey Perion. And of course, well, I'll see you guys again next time.